A deserted expanse of ocean, far from the mainland. You might be forgiven for thinking that this place is untouched by man, but that is not the case, for here has been discovered one of the great mysteries of the world, the Lost City of Atlantis. Explored only recently by experienced deep-sea diving teams, we still know very little about this place, or the people who made it and who lived here. Even the most basic details we are not clear about. Was this a settlement that became submerged over time, with the inhabitants building defences to keep the rising waters out, or was it built as a submarine city? What happened to the people who must have lived here until not so long ago? Swimming around the centre of town, it is clear that the lights are still on in most places, and the seawater has not penetrated the defences. Some buildings are still functioning, like this moving light display. But the purpose is never easy to fathom. In the centre of town is this building. But what was it used for? Was it a temple or a palace, a meeting hall or a centre of government? It is so hard to determine, especially as for the most part all interior furnishings have been removed. Perhaps there were benches around the outside and a central rostrum from which orators delivered their messages. It is at this moment still a mystery. Downstairs is certainly the central hub of the road or walkway system that connects every building. Let's take a look at some of the buildings we find as we tour the walkways. Here is a typical domestic house, with terracotta walls, stone floors and some interior wooden beams and floors. This building is bare and empty, giving us few clues as to its purpose. This one extends downstairs rather than up, and some paintings remain even after the furniture has been removed. This house has an unusually bright and airy feel, and uses a lighter wood which we have not found elsewhere. And here we have one of those rare buildings for which the purpose is immediately evident. Plants are grown here both for eating and for decoration. Did the inhabitants survive solely on carrots and beetroot, or was this merely the final crop to be grown here? Another inscrutable building here. The eye-catching inlaid wooden flooring sets it apart from other buildings, but was it a dwelling place, a store, a market, or something else entirely? At the outer edge of this walkway there rises a small tower, with a winding staircase to a viewing platform where you can see across the town and to the surrounding areas. Was it a watchtower perhaps? Another building which has at least a discernible purpose. This seems to be some kind of canteen or restaurant, or maybe a bar. Certainly it could seat a number of people in a social setting. Most buildings appear to have been abandoned while in perfect working order, as if a removals truck had turned up yesterday morning. This one, however, has evidently become derelict for some reason. We can only guess why. And what are we to make of this place? That certainly looks like a throne up on a podium, but this is surely too small to be some ruler's palace. Next door, almost, we have something quite amazing. This appears to be a factory of some sort, and it has not been shut down as the workers left for the last time. The trucks still rattle back and forth, performing some obscure task. As we go around the circular walkway, the ring road as it has been dubbed by the explorers, we see one of the only locations that was not kept watertight. We can only imagine that this is a sports arena of some kind, with those posts at each end of a field and small terraces for spectators. However, although it is possible to envisage the players being kitted out in some kind of underwater suits, would the spectators have to do likewise? Or maybe the whole place was once indoors, but the covering has since been lost. Back indoors again, here is one of the roundhouses that we find in the town, this one providing an upstairs boarded area with some underwater views. This place has the appearance of a market or shop with lots of storage chests, all now sadly empty. And what do we make of this round building, so dark inside with an upstairs and a downstairs? You could fit a number of people inside, but is it meeting place, workplace, or some large ostentatious home now laid bare? The research into this unique discovery is only now just beginning. With time, hopefully, will come understanding, and the mystery will be lifted from this lost underwater city. One thing is sure. Having now found it, we must not allow it to drift away once again into obscurity. The newly rediscovered city of Atlantis must remain part of our future.